So in making this list, I definitely want to do worst friends now.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And even better is best friends that are actually worst friends, which I'm calling the Gary Sinise in Snake Eyes, since we just did it on the rewatchington.
Yeah, there's a couple of those that came up. Best coworkers, definitely. Like I actually ran into this a lot. Like, are these guys friends or are they coworkers?
That's what I was trying to figure out as well.
That's why
I threw that in there because
is that what you thought about me and Zach?
No, I don't.
Friends or coworkers?
I think he's firmly placed us in coworkers for sure.
Friends and coworkers.
Yeah.
Here's my issue with worst friends, though. It can't just be like, well, yeah, this guy's evil, so he's the worst. Like, it's got to be friends in movies.
Friends.
Yeah. Okay.
I'd love to give examples, but I don't give it away.
Well, like my example was Gary Sinise. Like I think,
right.
But
that's the Gary Sinise Award.
It is the Gary Sinise Award because that's the wrinkle. He's like, you're my Nick Cage says to him, "You're my best friend," and then he fucking basically frames him for a murder.
Yeah,
and he's like,
he tried to get him on board.
Well, he's like, I knew that if you ended up finding out, we could just bribe you because you're a piece of shit.
He knows his friend.
Yeah, and maybe that makes him a good friend. You know, that's the nuance of it. He does know his friend.
Who was going to find out?
What he didn't count on was that his friend would not be a piece of shit and actually want to solve a crime.
Yeah. The problem is that he changed his shirt.
Oh, when he changed to the button tie.
If Nick Cage keeps that, I don't know, Atlantic City shower curtain as a shirt, he definitely takes the bribe. The second he got into just a white shirt and tie, it was over.
I could agree with that. I don't know, man. Worst friends, man. How many Gary Sinises do we really have?
There's a lot.
Are there?
Yeah, you start thinking about it, there's yeah.
The best friend that betrays you that's one thing. The worst friend is like someone who's a friend who, doesn't necessarily sell you out. He's just not a good friend.
Wow.
I would say that kind of falls into like a Dirty Mac situation.
That
could be a bad friend. Is that the worst friend? I don't know.
Amin doesn't want to call himself a bad friend, so he doesn't like the Dirty Mac situation.
I don't know. I need more evidence. You sure about that?
I thought about it. I was like, oh, well, no. Because I go put you guys at the top of that list. Worst friends. It didn't necessarily have a Gary Sinise ulterior motive, but still pretty awful friends.
Or we're coworkers.
Or coworkers, that's right. Or worst coworkers. Maybe you're both.
We should do best and worst coworkers.
Well,
I don't know.
Speaking for myself.
Some of these movie picks, woof.
Do I have something to look forward to in my performance review coming up? What do you...
God, do we have to do one of those?
Our first ever.
We should make that an episode.
A performance review. Performance reviews.
Yes. Oh my God. That's a good idea.
How does that work? Is it like two of us are the Bobs and one person is getting reviewed?
And it's going on the fucking Patreon. That shit's not for free.
I mean, what would you say you do here?
I'm a people person.
That is not true.
I know you're not a people person.
On the podcast.
I would never claim to be a people person.
Zach's still complaining about the guy who asked.
Fuck that guy with the fucking. I love how they break down the script.
He's complimenting us.
He wasn't. Oh, the jokes are okay. It's a comedy podcast, dipshit.
Okay, I've got an example of a worse friend. I mean,
I've got an example too.
Dre from How to Be a Player.
Yes.
Dre was his cousin?
No, Dre's the main guy.
Dre's Bill Bellamy.
So the way he's a friend is he drives his friends around while he gets laid.
Well, he teaches them about how to get laid, how to be a player. Lesson
doesn't.
1, lesson 2.
No.
And and the rest, and the list goes on.
Well, CD5 best teachers, certainly.
No. I feel like we watch vastly different movies.
I give it today. But
CT5 teachers is not a bad idea either.
Oh, we're cranking it out.
We're in a good flow right now.
This idea is just straight up bad. That algorithm is busted. It's among the worst ideas I've ever heard.
Top 5 easily.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Amin's drunk this evening, y'all, but he's got 5. CT5.
Welcome to Cinephobe Top 5, aka CT5. This is the companion podcast to the top 10 in the world TV and film review podcast, Cinephobe. That's right. If you haven't heard of Cinephobe, probably pop on over there. Probably check out an episode dealing with a movie that you've heard of. Probably check out the glossary because you're going to hear a bunch of jokes and references that you're not going to get. And then start to build out from there because let me tell you something. It's top 10 for a reason, ladies and gentlemen. Mm-hmm. But what you'll discover as you dig through this catalog of incredibly descriptive, detailed movie reviews, you'll find out that there's certain themes keep coming up, certain kind of, ecosystems. And we live in those ecosystems. We rank those ecosystems. Yeah, sure. Yahoo Sports now, right?
Mm-hmm.
There you go. We rank the different things in there according to our tastes and preferences. Some of the top 5s we've done are things like the worst jobs, the best shape shifts, the best movie years, the best fights. And this week, we are doing top 5 best friends. Friendship is something, it's a common thread, I believe, through every single movie in Cinephobe history, other than Killing Season. Maybe that one didn't have best friends in it. But every other one, lots of friendship in there. And so what we're going to do, we're going to rank our top 5s, but we're also going to give you 2 outside looking ins, or OLIs. We'll go Zach first, I'll go second, Mayes will go third. Zach, what is your first outside looking in?
Well, I like a friend who wants to organize get-togethers. I like a friend who is just looking to have a good time, right? I like a friend who has a cool space to hang out in. I don't usually invite a whole lot of people over. I'd rather go somewhere than have to do all that. So I like a friend who has a cool place. I like a friend who buys in to what's happening, right? So whether that's a task we're doing, a hangout, maybe even something as simple as a Russian nesting doll. Maybe Vince Vaughn to watch.
Yeah, that's a great call. He's on my OOLS.
Even make us jackets.
Yeah, he's really the most hungry for friendship.
He really is.
He's not interested
in
the neighborhood watch element. He's looking at it as an excuse to hang out with people.
Yeah, he's there to hang. He's not letting I got a wife and kids and all that. He's not letting that get in the way. He's making sure he makes time for everything.
So
great hang.
Just to be clear here, you are, when you say best friends, you're naming a single person as one of the best friends and not necessarily the dyad or whatever, the bigger collection of people who are friends, the best group of friends.
Yeah, I'm going off what May said in the chat.
I didn't see what he said in the chat.
Well,
let me add that to the
accountability.
One rare accountability.
Make a note for your performance review.
That's why he did it. That's why he did it, because he knows a performance review. And when we say you don't take accountability, he goes, "What are you talking about?"
I
did accountability
in the chat.
It's not. I did accountability. That's not. That's not how that is phrased. I did accountability.
Let's
make a t-shirt. Let's make a t-shirt. I did accountability. You do accounting, but you don't do accountability. You are accountable.
I don't know. I disagree with that.
No, I do. You may not know, but I do.
I disagree with that. I don't know. I like my list, so I'm gonna just do it the way
no,
I'm
your
gonna do
list.
it.
Yeah, Dan.
The best
Yeah.
part about
So-
your list is that you got 2 for 1. Every single best friend is
Sure.
doubled down because they have a partner in crime.
Well, my first OLI, I'm gonna do a rarity. I'm gonna tell you what the movie is, and then I'll get to it. It's from Tango and Cash.
Okay.
And you got 2 people who are reluctantly at first, but then grow to be very good friends. Friends to the end, some might say. It's Jack Palance and his rats.
Now let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Would you say that I'm Boogie's owner or I'm his friend? Because I feel like Jack Palance is the
man's
rat's
best friend
owner.
is a common colloquialism.
Right.
Yeah.
Dogs.
Yeah, I think he's your friend. You guys are friends.
Okay.
And
So you-
reluctantly,
Now-
just like the rats were reluctant at first, but I'm sure now they're pretty fond of him. And
Right,
same thing
yeah.
for Boogie.
Uh-huh. That's interesting. I wonder what that I wonder
That's accountability. I just did
you
another
didn't-
one.
You didn't do you don't do a certain number of accountabilities.
I just did 2.
No, you really didn't. I wonder what the answer to that question would have been if I asked you yesterday. Hey, do you think I'm Boogie's owner? Do you think I'm Boogie's friend? I wonder what you would have said.
Why do you? I think I would say you guys are best
Ass
of
on.
friends. That's your best friend in the world.
He's my dog.
That's your dog.
See, Zach, you went with the they're his pets angle. I think he's got a different type of relationship with those
you
rats.
You think he's
Friendship.
fucking him?
No. Beyond friendship.
How?
I mean, beyond
How does that
friendship.
even work? They're so tiny.
Maybe he puts them on
Richard
either
Gere.
side, rubs it. Oh, I was thinking, you're going inside. Well, you're not. The rats are, according to you. Yeah.
He definitely has
Interesting.
affection for him. The rat's affection for him, not sure.
But I think it's
All right.
reciprocal.
Let me say. I think it's reciprocal. Let me say
he
this.
crawls
Not at
in their
first.
asses too.
Not at first, but
Not
over
at first.
time.
Not
Yeah,
at first, but over time.
you gotta work your way into that. He might also, though, to be fair to Amin, he might just be a very passionate sounding guy because it seemed
That's
like
true.
he was really into Tango and Cash as he broke down their game tape.
It sounds like he would have loved to be friends with them too.
Maybe, yeah, different roles,
In different
absolutely.
circumstances, yeah. Or at least
Maze,
the
you're
balls.
OLI. Maybe they could have gone on each other's asses.
This guy's been disparaged a lot of times in the CT5s and in this podcast in general, but I think that there's no way to ignore the fact that Adam Sandler is a really good friend.
That's, you know what?
So
I didn't even think of that. That's a great call.
So this is the part where I had great agony trying to figure the dilemma.
Yeah.
Are they friends or are they coworkers? Because the only reason they're so is it they're friends, that's why he gets them paid, or because they're paid, they're coworkers. And so I left them on the coworkers list.
Interesting. That's an interesting way of looking at it. I do think they're friends, but I can see what you're saying.
How about this?
Put down on my performance review.
Because specifically,
super easy going.
I will not.
I just did an easy going.
He did do one.
Maybe Adam Sandler views them as employees or coworkers. But if you're Kevin James, you're not viewing Adam Sandler as a coworker. You're viewing him as a friend who
See, I'm the opposite.
I think it's the other way around. I think it's the other way. I think he thinks of everyone as friends.
Yeah, these are my friends.
They think of him as the
they're hanging around
cashier.
for the check. Like the moment he stops paying, they're not hanging out.
But we did, the video went up on the Patreon. We broke down Kevin James on the Drew Barrymore show where he talks about how Adam Sandler saved Paul
That
Blart
dude
Mall
is
Cop.
that dude is built like a boulder. We can't break him down.
So that seemed like a guy who thought that his friend helped him. Not like someone, or you're saying he's pandering so hard.
Yes.
Pander
To try
situation.
to keep
Yeah.
the employment open. Okay. Well, that's something to ponder. But I think one way, whether it's them viewing Adam Sandler as a friend or him viewing them as his friends, I think he's good to his friends. I think he is. That's why he's an OLI.
I side with you on this, Maze. I do think this is a great call for friends, but I understand what Amin's saying.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he'll be back on the coworkers list.
Yeah. Well, speaking of my next OLI, I struggled with, is this a coworker or is this a friend? I think this is a coworker who would become a great friend and is definitely a friend I would like to have because she's into having a good time. She's got some weird shit that she's into, but for the most part, she's a great hang. Catherine Hahn, the goods.
Yeah, I didn't include the goods because of the coworker environment.
But I think I expanded. I was like, okay, I would definitely become friends with her. That's a great going out partner.
Can you trust her? Maybe she's
absolutely.
or she's just like,
look, I'm not. She's not
know.
a friend where I'm like, hey, could you watch Boogie?
right.
It's not a best friend, like
I mean,
in the
you
sense
have
of like.
you have let Katie watch Boogie, so I wouldn't say there's like a whole lot of
That's a
difference between
good
Babs
point.
and Katie
Yeah,
in real
that's
life.
a good point. You know what? I guess I would trust her with a lot.
There you go. I mean, she's been a fixture of my Dangerous Nights crew this entire
Katie?
Yeah.
Catherine Hahn.
Oh,
Katie in real life.
Katie
which
is
Katie?
absolutely
Which Katie?
Katie is a real life Dangerous
Chernobyl.
Night.
Katie Chernobyl.
Yeah.
All right. My other OLI. This started again, probably a workplace friendship, but eventually inseparable. It's Rocky and CTE gibberish in Rocky 5.
Yeah.
Like this.
Absolutely.
They go everywhere together.
Mm-hmm. Couldn't separate them if you tried.
By the way,
Brains!
in the Dickie Roberts episode, when Mays drops the clip for Rantlers,
Oh my
I forget
God.
that the next word he says is unbelievable, but he says it.
He
It's unbelievable. Like, Rantlers, it's unbelievable.
There he is.
Those guys are besties. Mays, your other OLI.
No preamble. Squint Spaghetti. A
Coming on the floor.
Rewatchington legend. He's become the Carl Weathers of Rewatchingtons because we give out an award every time.
You know what?
Because of him.
He was fourth on my list, but I'll swap him. Let's go 5.
Okay.
Squint Spaghetti. Gotti. Dude is ride or die. I like a friend who wears a leather jacket, so I don't have to. You know, I like having that in the crew. I bet he's got great food recommendations.
Of course, it's in the name.
He likes listening to Pitbull. I like listening to Pitbull.
Does he like listening to Pitbull?
They fucking played it at
Clearly.
a 1984 block party.
Was that diegetic?
Clearly.
Could we hear that? Could he hear that?
Oh, you don't think Squint Spaghetti can hear Pitbull at all times? Come on.
I mean,
Mays clip,
maybe
white,
that's
white man can't jump. You listen. You can't hear Pitbull though.
And he far transcends the coworker dynamic.
Dude, he's a friend who ended up on the payroll.
Yeah.
It's beyond what this whole Sandler gang has going. Like, no, he was with Gotti from the start.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. You bring up a good point, Maze. I don't know. I'll have to think on that. But while I think on that, let me drop my number 5. Zach, you mentioned that Squint Spaghetti is ride or die. And I think that's one of the most important attributes of a great friend is ride or die, right? We will do whatever it is to protect our friend. And so for my number 5, it's Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer. Everyone other than Sue Storm in the Fantastic Four. Those guys are going to great lengths to help Mr. Fantastic not get married.
Yeah.
So you're saying The Thing and Johnny Storm, not
And
Blaze.
think about what a good friend Johnny Storm is, because he's her brother.
That's his sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's really good. He's really
That's what
going.
that means.
Yep. Synonyms.
I definitely had The Thing. That was on my list for sure. My OOLS.
Nah, once I found out he didn't say Hermy, then he's out.
It changes things, doesn't it?
It changes it, yeah.
It really changes how you think about that movie. Still a phone.
I kind of like it the more I think about it, man. Once you look at it as the opposite of a rom-com, it's right there.
My number 5 started way higher, but got pushed down due to some strong competition on this list. But when I was in the early stages, when I was thinking of best friends, sometimes it helps to have a real life friendship be translated onto the screen. And so I'm going with Jon Favreau as Johnny O in The Breakup.
Son of a bitch, Maze.
Am I
that was the
sniping you?
5. That was the 5 that got switched to a 4. So bring it up again. Favreau, The Breakup, man. That's the type of friend I aspire to be. Yeah, say it louder. Say it louder. Let's make sure you're in the clear. You want me to go smack somebody? I'll go smack somebody for you. That guy was, you just want to hang out and play pool while your girlfriend breaks up with you? Let's do it. And he owns the bar. Oh my God.
So you're hanging out at this bar?
Amin and I are going to start a bar someday. This is, I'm headed down that track.
You finished the Bar Rescue episode that we're going to review, right?
Yeah.
He listed his qualifications for owning a bar.
It's not far from us.
We got Holiday Amino beat. I know that much.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, some Favreau quotes from The Breakup. Gary, you're devastated. Now, what's the name of the guy she's doing? I'm going to solve your problem. What's his name?
Mm-hmm. He's a great friend.
Keystrokes. He's like, then you can get her password. You check her email.
Well, that's creepy. I don't like that part.
But he's willing to help you out. If you think that she's with another guy, because he doesn't know. Maybe she's with another guy, maybe not. I don't know. I'm not Columbo. That's why I need the keystroke program.
But Vince Vaughn didn't think she was with another guy. Jon Favreau was putting that in there.
Well,
yeah,
Jon
but
Favreau,
he has the experience, so he's being
Yeah.
empathetic and sharing.
good point.
Like,
Yeah,
this
you're
is
good
how
point.
it went with me.
helping you out.
That's how I found
Tell
out
the
about
truth.
that Puerto Rican guy that his girl was.
That's awesome.
And then when he's talking about finding someone who can't be traced, I'll take care of it. Vince, you're smart. They got phone records. Make a couple phone calls tonight, especially around 10. Such a good friend.
Great friend. Yeah.
My number 4.
Four.
Well, no. My number 4 is again a hallmark of friends, tight knit, hang out together all the time, but also find entertainment together. Right, Zach, you and Boogie, you're not just friends in the house. You walk around, you do things. You guys go on walks. Yeah. Right.
Hell of an example.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say I don't think of him as my friend. I think of him as my dog.
Wow. Well, there you go. It's your dog. There you go. So I picked this group of friends who definitely have a lot of the same interests. Mm-hmm. It's the bully kids from across the street in Morbius.
Fuck,
Those guys
I
are
only
great
thought
friends.
of the main character kids in Morbius. It was not a chance.
not
But
friends.
that's such a great call.
A Gary Sinise right there.
Yeah, that's a Gary Sinise.
Yeah, it turns into a Gary Sinise. But
that came up in my thinking for the Gary Sinise Award.
Mm-hmm. That's a great call. Those guys were ride or die.
They're united. They're united on the same front.
Yeah,
They even decided to fight the cripple kids together. I mean, that's some good friendship, man.
I wouldn't put it that way.
That's some great friendship.
No, not that part.
What? Like, should have abandoned them? Yeah, abandon would be the right moral thing to do.
No, I'm talking about how you describe those kids.
Bullies?
No, the kids, their targets.
Performance review.
Your go.
My number 4. Been talking about this guy a lot lately since the rewatching 10, but Despite being kind of a questionable human, there's no doubt about his commitment as a friend, and it's Sandy Lyle, Philip Seymour Hoffman,
Oh,
and
yeah.
Along Came Polly.
Oh yeah,
It's a good one.
Like he's
when
a
they get to the-
miserable piece of shit as a human being.
yeah. But when they get to the film review of like the wedding tape,
He's breaking it down. He's really motivating him to get back in the game.
not fun to play basketball with.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's a great friend, except during the basketball game because he says, "I just figured out how to guard this man."
But he's being he's a positive
I need a
teammate.
T.
He's a ball hog.
He's a very positive teammate. Like he wasn't like browbeating his teammate. He was
Sure.
there for him.
Pick and roll.
Yeah, calling out plays.
And of
Zach-
course, he comes through at the end in the business meeting.
Of course, yeah,
He does,
Big
yeah.
time. Big time.
And no one expected him to pull that off, but he did out of friendship.
Zach, you're number 3.
I know you guys are gonna laugh at me. I didn't look up his full name. I couldn't remember what his full name is, so I just wrote down what the first thing that came to mind. But let me describe this individual first. This guy's a problem solver. I like a friend who can problem solve. This guy is very, I would say, loyal, very driven. I don't know that he's an amazing hang, but I know he was a great hang at one point, to the point where an old friend is like all about being around him and they talk about the good days and everything. So even despite his head issues, I'm going with Chris Angel from Has Fallen, whatever the fuck his name is. What's Angel Has Fallen, London Has Fallen. Yeah, I think he's going to be one of my best friends. What's his name? It's not Chris Angel, but it's something. Angel.
Wait, who are you describing?
Gerard Butler. From the Has Fallen.
You're saying Gerard Butler.
Yeah, what's his name? Chris Angel?
It's definitely not Chris Angel.
Well, who's Angel in that?
There's no angel in his name. What are you talking about?
There is Angel.
Not in his name, in the name of the movie,
No.
but not in his name.
They talk about
It was Chris Angel.
Well, I knew it wasn't Chris. Oh, it's Mike
His
Banning.
name is Mike Banning.
Like, yeah,
Yeah,
it's not
Mike
even
Banning's the
what-
one.
what are
Yeah,
you
that's what I meant. I thought his last name was Angel, and they're like, "Oh, Angel is fallen," and all
You
that
thought
bullshit.
Angels Fallen was like
I didn't
a play
remember.
on words?
Yeah, I didn't remember it totally. Mike
they
Banning.
waited-
Good
you thought they
name.
waited-
I like a friend who has a good name like Mike Banning. That's a
He's
strong
like Chris
name.
Angel.
You thought they waited 3 movies to make pun work about his name.
Well, yeah, because the first one's about, the White House, and the next one, they're in London, and that Italian prime minister's fucking his mistress on the top of the church. Like,
No, that was Vantage Point.
If you're watching on YouTube, please go back to when Zach says Chris Angel, an angel has fallen, and the look of confusion on my face.
Maze is red.
I was-
Never
it
been more
was-
confused.
He's so red right now.
Mike Banning. Yeah, like I said, Mike Banning, great friend.
Is he?
Fuck yeah, man.
I
Danny
think-
Houston couldn't wait to hang out with him again.
Well,
Co-worker,
see,
man.
Danny
Co-worker.
Houston is a Gary
No, that was
Sinise.
friend. No, those were soldier friends.
But they were. But that's what I'm saying. Danny Houston is a Gary Sinise award.
For sure, absolutely. But I'm
Like,
saying,
I believe they were really good friends, and now he's gone bad.
what the fuck's his name? Mike Banning, I think was a great hang. Who's
David Blaine. David Blaine.
Chris
You're
Angel.
naming magicians.
Harry Houdini.
I guess he's friends with Aaron Eckhart, the president, but I haven't
Of
seen
course,
the first one.
He's
so I
friends
don't
with
know.
everybody, man.
That's an employee.
That's an employee, man. I've seen Paradise. They ain't friends. My number 3. Some friendships you get through work, like Rocky and CTE gibberish. Some friendships you get from unexpected places, like Jack Balance and the Rats. And some friendships start at the very beginning. The very beginning in your life. And lifelong friends growing and becoming again symbiotic. It's Ben Stiller and Lying in Heartbreak Kid. Those are best friends.
Yeah.
Again, they are inseparable. Can't go anywhere without his best friend telling lies.
Mm-hmm. He does love him some Lion.
Yeah.
He's loyal to Lion.
Loyal. And Lang's loyal to him.
That's right.
Did you
He's
say
have a
that?
lot of jams.
Yep.
Did you say that Rocky and CTE Gibberish became friends through work?
Yeah.
Like they worked together
Well,
and then they became friends.
Well, they met
at work.
because they met at work. Yeah.
They met at work.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with Men at Work, which is not on this list.
Not for me, no.
they're brothers, so they don't count.
In real life,
They're white.
Thank you. That sound that your dog just made your best friend over there.
He's snoring.
Yeah. Maze, you're number 3.
all right, my number 3 could have easily been number 1, but I wanted to not keep putting this person at number 1. It's Sam Elliott as Wade Garrett in Roadhouse. Drops everything, come help a friend in need.
Kept off my list because I'm pretty sure he'll bang the girl I'm interested in.
Well, but everyone's cool with it though. It's a Memo Moreno. He was on everybody's Memo Moreno list.
I don't think he's cool with it. I think he's like, well,
Yeah,
Wade's
the
gonna
cost
beat
of doing
my ass
business.
if I try to do something. Yeah.
This is the cost of doing business. Now, Maze, I'm pretty impressed and surprised. You said could have been your number 1, but didn't want to keep having your number 1 be the same thing for every list. I couldn't help but think, what's Zach's number 1 for this list?
You guys have no idea where I'm going.
I think we all know.
You guys have no idea where I'm going.
Well, let's go. What's your number 2? How about that?
My number 2, again, I like a friend who's fun to be around, who's funny, who's driven, not the movie.
You said driven twice.
Yeah, you have.
I like friends with ambition. I don't like. What do you want me to do? Like, I like friends with ambition. I like friends who be like, you know what? Like, let's.
That's why Amin's a coworker.
I am ambitious. You got to give me that.
That's true.
Yeah,
There.
Maybe
I
you're
don't
another-
I don't share the same ambitions.
3 accountabilities.
That's not accountability.
I just did it.
That's not. No,
a
you
trifecta.
calling yourself ambitious is not accountability.
That is.
Trifecta of accountabilities.
That's,
Yeah. Well, don't give it away. Don't give away the trifecta.
I like someone who will challenge me to be better and will get involved. No, I have to be better because of who you are. That's a different thing. And who will join me in that journey to being better. And while most of that happened in the previous movie, give me Apollo Creed in Rocky 4. Be a great friend.
Yeah.
He's got a pool. I like that.
Mm-hmm. A TV by the pool.
TV by the pool. Like, I think Apollo Creed, once they became
Question.
friends, great friend.
Was Rocky a good friend to Apollo?
I had that
No,
down
because
as
he
well.
killed him. He killed him.
What's that?
He killed him.
By not
Well,
throwing the tile.
Why
Didn't,
not
throw
throwing
the,
the
didn't throw
towel?
the towel.
Well, but
Yeah.
but Apollo told him not to.
Doesn't matter.
Good friend. Listen.
I
bad
mean, I
friend.
think he's a good friend for avenging.
If I'm about to die, throw the damn towel.
I think he's a good friend for avenging his death. Are you saying
No,
that's only out of
he
guilt?
didn't. He died.
You get this.
Okay, well, and yes, in that narrative, you're right. Getting yourself killed after getting your friend killed, not
is
good
he
friendship.
such a good friend that then he was like, well, I got to join him. I'm going to die the same way.
Leading us
I
to
don't
Rocky
think that.
V.
I don't think that's good friendship. Personally,
Thelma and
Zach
Louise?
died in a car accident. I'm gonna go get in a car accident.
That's a good friend.
No.
Where's Vin Diesel joining Paul Walker? Bad
He's
friend.
not.
Exactly. Fake
Not a
friend.
good friend. Yep.
Co-worker.
Okay. Coworker. Damn.
What's the job in that movie?
Corona Industries.
No, it's not Cine Industries. All right. Amin, you're number 2.
Number 2, Zach, you mentioned Driven 8 million times, although you haven't actually picked Driven. I'm picking Driven. Memo Moreno, best friend in the world, man.
He's a great friend. I just didn't. I can't have someone taking Gina Gershon from me.
He,
You know.
he offered to give her back.
He's got his own list.
He got on one knee and said, "Here,
He's got
take
his
my
own
ring."
list, and he's not number 1.
Not number 1,
Okay,
man.
memo. All right, my number 2. What we call this person will throw you off the scent, but he in fact is not an uncle. He is a really good friend, Uncle Frank in Double Impact. He saves their life. He raises Alex. He helps them get revenge on Zang. And then he comes back for more in Lawnmower Man. He's a really good friend. He teaches Job how to mow lawns. He calls him magic with a machine. And he's much nicer than his abusive priest brother. So my number 2 is Jeffrey Lewis, a.k.a. Uncle Frank.
But he lets him abuse the...
Abuse
anyway.
What? Oh, he lets his brother abuse...
Yeah.
Job.
Job.
What's the guy's name? Job.
Job, yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
It's tough.
I think he is Job's only friend.
He raised the dork.
That's not true. That's not true.
Before Roscoe.
The neighbor lady is also...
That's not a friend. That's a predator.
Not a friendship.
Did he raise the dork Van Damme or the
He raised the
leather
cool
jacket?
Van Damme.
The cool Van Damme.
No, he's the dork one.
Oh, the dork Van. Yeah, they have the fitness studio.
Yeah, that's the dork one.
Right,
The
yeah,
cool
that's
one
the
is
dork,
the one in
yeah.
Hong Kong with the leather
Right.
jackets. You can
Yeah.
tell because he wears leather jackets.
Gotcha.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. Zach, what's your number 1? I wonder.
Well, I like someone with a cool origin story, a mysterious origin story. Someone who has a skill set that really cannot be matched. Like, you can pretend that you can match this skill set, but you can't. So he's got like just it seems like a cool hang. He's up for whatever. He'll go hang out with people for you. He'll go hang out with you. He'll take you to exotic places to do those cool hangs.
Exotic places.
Yeah, and I know what you guys are thinking. Like, oh my God, you picked that. No, I picked Han, Tokyo Drift. Film noir, bitches.
Yeah, that is a film noir. He's a friend?
Absolutely, he's a friend.
I don't think of him as a friend.
Dude, I bet. What are you talking about?
I think
bet
it's
on
a
him.
transactional
They
relationship.
become
and then he said,
friends.
"Now you got to make up." I lost
Not
the bet on you.
not
so-
every friend is like, hey, we're both 4 years old. You want to be my best friend? Let's spit into each other's hands and handshake. That's not how all
like Ben
friendships
Stiller
happen.
lying.
Exactly. Sometimes you just meet someone out of crazy circumstances. You're like, whoa, you're kind of cool. You know what? I will hang out with you more. He gave his life for him. He taught him how to drift. He went and got numbers in the middle of that intersection by just circling the car until the lady gave up their number. Han's a great friend. Also, you want to expand it beyond Tokyo Drift? Check tape on all the Fast and Furious movies he's in. Great friend.
Check tape. I love Han. I want him to be my best friend.
Incredible friend.
Not sure that he's Jeep's best friend. I'm not sure that Jeep deserves to have a best friend like Han.
He's Jeep's best friend. Jeep is not his best friend.
I would say that Jeep's best friend is
Bow
Mescalini.
Wow. Or Bow Wow.
Mescalini? Bow Wow doesn't have any friends.
Bow Wow is his friend.
That's transactional.
Racist.
Well,
I didn't say bottom.
well. My number 1. Maze, you kind of stole my thunder, especially with the incredibly descriptive detail, but it's Jon Favreau.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Clearly Jon Favreau. He's willing to commit murder for Vince Vaughn.
Well, he's not going to commit it.
Well, he's going to, it's murder for hire is still murder.
That's a good point.
Not if nobody hears it and you make a few calls. Right.
How's it going?
And as pointed out, he was first on the scene to say, hey, she's cheating on you. You need someone who's going to be proactive in your best interest, even when they're incorrect.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a
I don't
friend.
know if that's...
He's got a risk assessment that's even picking up non-risks. That's a friend. Like, I'm really worried about you.
Yeah.
A guy who didn't care, there'd be risk flying everywhere. That guy loves you, man. He's your best friend.
Yeah, he is his best friend. It's a great pick.
All right. My number 1. 2 movies for this guy. Amazing rom-com best friend. Maybe the best one there.
I know where you're going. This was the toughest one to keep off my
It's
list.
Rob Corddry.
Yeah.
Corddry.
I didn't know if I could combine them, I didn't know if I could combine them. So I was like, oh, well, I can't choose between one or the other. I'd say he's even better friend in
What happens in Vegas?
Yeah.
And he's a lawyer there, so he's actually got some utility there.
Heartbreak Kid, he is not a good friend. He's just there. All he does is point out like how awful dude's life is, man.
I mean, this is a mirror to you.
What? I'm not.
You're
I'm
looking
like
at a mirror.
I'm like Favreau.
Man, Rob Corddry's really annoying in Heartbreak Kid.
I didn't say he's annoying.
All he does is pick out like your flaws and like make fun of you for things that happen to you.
Yeah,
that doesn't sound anything like you.
Annoying.
Take one accountability away from your total.
What? I'm down to 3 now.
And honestly, it's a little bit of a stretch, but in semi-pro, he's
not a friend.
Tomonix?
No, he's not. No, he's a fan.
He's a fan. He's not.
But
a
then
friend.
They become friends.
They don't.
Because
they don't. Just because you start banging someone's girl doesn't mean that you become friends. No.
Even if you're into it.
That's even less of a friendship.
Makes it worse, yeah.
Oh, does it? Oh, okay. Well, maybe not semi-pro.
Yeah, not semi-pro.
Mays, can you recap the top 5s for us?
All right. So Zach had Squint Spaghetti, Johnny O from The Breakup, Gerard Butler as Chris Angel, Carl Weathers as Apollo Creed in Rocky IV, and Han from Tokyo Drift.
Who the fuck is Angel?
Like Angel, like they say it on the news. Remember, it's Ahi said it. The guardian angel has fallen.
Angel has fallen is like Angel is like a code name, like Olympus. It's not a person.
I think it's him.
And then Amin had Jack Palance or The Thing and Johnny Storm in Fantastic Four, The Bully Kids Across the Street in Morbius, Ben Stiller in Lying and The Heartbreak Kid, Memo Moreno in Driven, and Jon Favreau as Johnny O in The Breakup. I had Jon Favreau as Johnny O in The Breakup, Philip Seymour Hoffman as Sandy Lyle in Along Came Polly, Sam Elliott as Wade Garrett in Roadhouse, Uncle Frank in Double Impact and Lawnmower Man, and Rob Corddry in Heartbreak Kid and What Happens in Vegas.
A lot on the cutting room floor.
A lot. Should we get to that right now?
No, I don't think we should. Actually, you know what? No, we could do cutting room floor right now, but the problem is...
All right, let's get started.
No. You got to head on over to the Patreon, patreon.com/countthedings, in which you get the cutting room floor for every CT5 episodes since we started doing it. You get ad-free episodes. You get episodes early. You get access to rewatchingtons for Cinephobe movies, past, present, and future. You get access to Watchington events for Bar Rescue episodes for Here's the Science every Monday, 3 Eastern, noon Pacific, and you get a fuck of a lot more. So head on over to patreon.com/countthedings.
Cutting room floor. What? How hard? It was just for the film noir that you did that, right?
Did you switch it?
No, I didn't switch at all. I knew I was like, oh, you guys are just going to do Ed and make Ed jokes and all this shit. And like, no, I want Han. Like now, if we want to do man's best friend.
But Ed to not be in your top 5 at all. Forget about not being number 1.
It's one or nothing. I don't think you can.
It's one or nothing.
Oh, is that why? Okay. So if we did this again, Ed would be number 1.
No, it's still Han.
We've done. No, I'm saying we've done like Sean Astin's twice, for example.
Oh, if I did, part 2 of Best Friends, yes, Ed would be number 1.
Got it.
Here's my quote about Ed, because I looked in my original notes from the movie. The diner waitress says, "If your best friend can't count on you, who can?" And I wrote, "Tough moment for Deuce here as he realizes his best friend is a chimpanzee." Also, coworkers though.
Yeah, they were coworkers. They were coworkers first. Yeah. It's a real Adam Sandler, Kevin James situation.
Yep.
Maybe this might qualify as Gary Sinise's. Maybe they're worst friends, but I think they're best friends because they tried. They put in their effort until the effort wasn't good enough. But it's Mike Dexter's crew and Can't Hardly Wait.
No,
they're good. No, Gary Sinise's. Yeah.
I mean, that like they had a pact and then they broke the pact. Is
sure, but they're also dumb teenagers. Like that's not an evil thing. That's we got horny.
I think to try that pact was a sign of great friendship instead of
absolutely. And where were they at the end of the movie? In the diner together, making fun of the nerd.
Yeah. So I mean, I had pick a member of Can't Hardly Wait, Horrible Bosses 2,
Nick
Hall
Kirkendale.
Pass, The
Hoghead Flats,
Internship,
Gary.
Takers, Money Train,
Not Takers. Those are
How
coworkers.
High,
Takers are
Armageddon, Saving Silverman, The Beach Bum, The Watch, Broken Lizard movies, Can't Hardly Wait, Three Musketeers, Rush Hour 3. I think you could you could
Some
say
of
either
those-
one is the best friend. You could say the whole
Yeah.
crew are best friends. You could pick somebody out if you want.
Some of those are coworkers, though. I
Is
think.
Remy a friend or just a classmate? Because I feel like the girl was his friend, not
Yeah,
Remy.
it'd be Lauren Ambrose would be his
Remy
friend.
was just a classmate.
And when I say Can't Hardly Wait, I mean no one associated with fucking Preston Myers, dude.
no, he's a
No,
psychopath.
you don't have friends.
But like
Yeah.
Seth Green's friends,
Those are good friends.
the band,
Yeah.
like Donald Faison and
nerds.
Rebecca Meyer, the nerd
nerds.
friends,
Yeah, nerd friends. Yeah,
like the
Jerry O'Connell.
Jerry O'Connell could be, like there's.
I don't think
there's
he's a
endless
friend.
options.
I don't. Yeah,
I got
Like,
okay. So I
Jamie
got
Presley and the girlfriends.
I got some of these down the middle kind of friendships that you didn't name, Maze. Land of the Lost, Chaka and Danny McBride.
not
Coworker.
friends.
Not coworkers. What do you mean they're not
What
friends?
do you
Not-
think? Danny,
not friends.
Danny McBride doesn't treat him like a friend till the end when it pays off.
Right.
Johnny B. Good, Anthony Michael Hall, and
RDJ.
RDJ.
Yeah, that's a good friend.
Hercules in New York, Pretzi and Herc.
Nope.
As established, it's a very transactional relationship.
It's a diddler
Okay.
diddly
Oop.
situation.
About The Watch, you said Vince Vaughn, Zach. What about Jonah Hill? He's one that'll do anything for the crew.
Yeah,
Or-
he was a
or
little
Iwade.
too psychotic for me. Well, he turned out to be
It's a good
a
friend.
turncoat.
Oh, he's a Gary Sinise.
Oh, he's a good
Iwade. Well, he wasn't a Gary Sinise, but also like he was spying. He was a spy.
Okay, what about from Time Cop, Matuzak?
Thought about it, but that's a coworker to me. Maybe a
thought-
coworker
no,
becomes a friend. Well,
Coming over to dinner, you had my wife's goulash. Like that's not.
When the timelines get fucked up and he's trying to tell Matuzak who he is,
Yeah,
he's saying we were best friends.
we were best friends. Yep.
but he's also like trying to jar a memory
I'm
that
just
ain't
saying,
there.
you got to go to the text when you can. So at least JCVD thought they were best friends.
You know what I
How
thought would be a
about-
great friend?
Mm-hmm.
Frank Cadillac. He'll let you know what's about to happen.
To who?
But he's
He
not
doesn't have
anyone's
any
friend,
friends.
yeah.
He lives in Vegas.
I'll go hang out with him.
Oh, the guy, the old man with the garage.
That's right. Oh,
No,
Columbo.
No, Frank
Columbus.
Cadillac.
No, I'm saying that's who his friend
that's
is.
his friend.
That might have been his dad.
Dad.
Who's that man?
What about this one from Balls of Fury? My man, Balls of Fury and Boggle.
No, they're not friends.
Became friends at the end of it after.
Yeah.
They're acquaintances. I don't know that he became friends with them.
I
He
think they
saved
did.
him. I don't.
I think that's a friendship. I'm with
No.
you, man.
What about the YouTube dork from Never Back Down? Kid that got his ass beat while trying
Oh
to.
yeah,
He was a
Yeah,
good
yeah,
friend.
yeah. Evan Peters, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I have a never? No, I didn't have a never back down. So I have this line from Semi Pro where Will Ferrell tells Tim Meadows, Cornelius, you're a good friend, but that arm hasn't properly healed. And I've told you 100 times you're never going to play for the Tropics. You're a terrible athlete.
That makes Jackie a good friend.
But also Cornelius is a good friend. So I thought about Cornelius.
Sure. But Andy Richter, also good friend.
Very good friend. But on the payroll.
Yeah.
But he put him on the payroll as an act of friendship, not to make him his friend.
So it's a Sandler.
It's a Sandler situation.
Sandler situation.
Because you remember
Gary Sinise's.
Do you remember those
We've got
36
Sandlers.
those 36 rebounds in St. Louis? Neither does he. Amaretto sours the whole night.
Good friend.
All right, I got some a little bit off the beaten path ones here. Oh, actually, sorry. One more on the beaten path. This might be coworkers though. You weigh in on this. Planet of the Apes. Mark Wahlberg and Simos. Co-workers or friends?
Yeah, that's an employee.
Yeah, I think it's coworkers.
Also, I mean, is he a good friend because he goes to get him?
I think that was more like, oh, it's the property of the government. I don't want to get hit for
He
that.
says like, I'm gonna go get my chimp or some shit before.
Yeah, he doesn't say I'm
gonna
gonna go get my friend. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Well, then what about in crossover, Anthony Mackie and Dr. Smart Cookie?
Smart Cookie Cruz is my note in crossover.
Or Up.
No.
Up is not
You're
his
not a
friend.
good friend if you're fucking quizzing me every time we hang out.
And Mackie's clearly not his friend.
No. He's also like 6 years older than him.
They hustle all those dudes at the park.
Zach, he's a lot older than six years older.
We didn't get to the movie we're doing tomorrow yet. We gotta.
Not a good guy, but a really good friend. Steven Seagal is Gino Felino in Out for Justice.
No.
His friend Bobby gets killed, and he fucking goes on a rampage to right that wrong.
What about Gino Felino? I mean, what about Steven Seagal and Nicholas? Those friends.
Who?
No. Ja
Nicholas?
Rule.
I had Ja Rule written down, yeah.
Those are coworkers. Someone who is a friend, Keith David in Mark for Death.
Yeah. Had that
Good
written
friend.
down.
Yeah.
Haven't seen you in years. Now you just ride or die. We're going to
Drops
go around
everything.
this. Yeah, drops everything. He didn't go to practice again.
Yep.
Those kids just standing on a football field.
Also, in Hard to Kill, Omel, raises the runaway son.
That's right. Yeah.
Gonna take him fishing. Immediately gets killed.
This is
Good
a
friend.
this is a friend who obviously you got to keep your eye on him. I don't think you can fully trust him, so he didn't make the list. I think Chris Pine and Horrible Bosses 2 would be a fun hang.
I don't know if he's a good friend, man. He set him up.
Well, no, that wasn't a friendship situation, but I think if they had just become friends,
he becomes a friend.
naturally.
He becomes a friend by the end of the movie.
Yeah.
After they get framed for murder?
Well, that before that, if you don't meet him by trying to kidnap him, then I think he becomes a really good friend.
I think he was just trying to get a business deal done, man.
Nah, man, he's giving away footballs.
What was Billy's friend's name in Nowhere to Run?
Oh, it was Billy.
Billy.
No,
Billy and Van Damme.
Oh, it was Billy. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Billy.
I was stunned that neither of you guys had him on your list.
I thought mine would be too low, and I didn't want to.
I cleared
steal
out
Amin's
because
thunder.
I
Yeah,
didn't
same.
want to.
You guys want to hear
He was
what
tough
was
to keep off.
what was number one, and then drop because I was convinced that someone would have it
Roscoe?
for sure. Nope. It was. It was. Well, actually, now that I think about it, it's maybe they're coworkers. It's Phantom. It's the horse and the dog.
Also thought you would have that.
Coworkers,
right?
They're in the same organization. Yeah.
What about?
Hold on. So you say that the horse and the dog would not hang out
No, come on.
outside of like after hours? Like, all right,
I think
Phantom's
the horse.
like, "All right,
I think
guys."
the horse would be a good friend. I don't think that dog's going to be a good friend.
It's a wolf.
It's not a wolf. That was
It
a
is.
dog.
His
I
name's
saw
Devil.
it. No.
I don't know if he's helping you out.
Someone who you know what? This is a good friend. Ride or die, shows up no matter what. Also, will give cool reaction faces when you do stuff. Chris Maloney. I am Wrath.
Had it written down. Good friend.
Yeah.
Me too. Yep,
He's part of the very front-loaded friendship. I'm
Absolutely.
like, man, that's a great friend
Yeah.
in a terrible movie. It's coming through all the time.
I got from Takers, Mays, you said the crew. I agree with Zach. Their coworkers are not friends, but I'll tell you who are best friends. Hayden Christensen and that hat. Again, inseparable.
That's a diddler-diddly situation.
Whoa.
Which one's the diddler?
Don't do that.
You know. What about the giant bird in After Earth? Becomes a good friend.
Not a good friend.
Not a
What are you
friend.
talking about? Gave
Good
the life.
Samaritan.
Not a good
65
friend.
Good Samaritans.
Gave her
65
life
Good
for
I
Jaden
disagree.
65 Good
Smith.
Samaritans.
I don't think that's a good
Jaden
friend.
Smith's not a good friend, but she's a good friend.
Showgirls. Nomi Malone and overreacting.
I don't know
Or
if that's
no,
that's more a
talking about
codependency situation.
Okay, no, Nomi Malone and cocaine was is the
Okay,
other
that's a good friendship. Yeah.
one.
Okay, let me rip a few off here. Joey Fatone
Yeah.
as
had 'em.
Buddy and Homie Spumoni.
Yep.
JB Smoove as Truckee and Pootie Tang.
Yes.
I forgot about that.
Jonah
How'd you name
Hill and Daryl Hands Holloway and Accepted.
Yeah,
Ask
they were.
me
Yeah,
about my wiener.
they were too good of friends.
Jonah, like
No, Jonah.
what's his face? Bartleby is the Gary Sinise to Jonah Hill.
Absolutely, he's a criminal.
He's a he keeps roping him in to a
Yeah.
deeper and deeper criminal conspiracy. Styles and Teen Wolf 2.
Felt transactional.
Pretzi.
It's the second time he's done this, by the way.
CT5 Pretzies.
Okay.
Yeah, because Styles has done this exact thing before, leading me to
Yeah.
believe Styles is just out for Styles. And
This could be a coworker relationship. Mateo.
Yeah,
Thought
Mateo,
about it. Thought about it.
coworkers.
Yeah, coworker.
He definitely. Let me say one thing. I guarantee you that John Voight does not look at Mateo as a friend.
At all.
Yeah, and he's a terrible friend to Mateo.
We mentioned Gary Sinise. Rick Santoro, really good friend.
Good friend.
Yeah. Didn't want to believe it. He actually argued with Carla Gugino that his friend wouldn't have done this. Friends or coworkers, help me out with this one, guys. A Million Ways to Die in the West. The wolves that drag the mayor away.
I think family members.
Bye, Mr. Mayor. Are they?
I think they're family. I think they're brothers and sisters. Yeah.
They're in a pack. Also, you could be friends with your siblings, Zach. I know that's a
No,
foreign concept for you.
no.
No,
My sister would never be a friend with.
You know how you know when you're really good friends with someone is when you come up with a term for your friendship like tier 1 in the Bye Bye Man.
No, you can't be a good friend if you're constantly worried about your friend banging your girl.
Sometimes you have a friendship that ends and everyone realizes, you know what, you guys are better together as friends than you were apart. It's Carl Weathers and his mustache.
Well, speaking of Carl Weathers, Kid Sable, real good friend.
That's a good friend. That's a good call. I was trying to remember who his friends were in that movie.
Yeah, I'm not gonna include Jack Black on this, but Steve Zahn, good friend.
Yeah, it's Saving Silverman.
Yeah,
He said that earlier.
Jason Biggs, terrible friend.
I'd still like to go through my
he
list,
sold them
even though Mays named 50 movies without any specifics. I'd still like to go through the people on my list. If that's okay with you guys.
Let me
Wow.
bring that
Put
up
that
in
in
your
the end. In the
performance
performance review. Cantankerous.
salty nature in an amicable discussion. The person who sent Michael Douglas the article in Disclosure signed
Still don't
off
know who that is.
a friend.
Yeah, I guess technically,
not that
yeah.
is your cock hard now.
That's
The
a good
person who
friend
sent
too.
the article.
That could be a good friend.
Demi Moore could have been a great friend.
Amin sends it to me all the time.
Send you pictures.
Of me.
Lake Bell and What Happens in Vegas.
Does it
Yeah,
look
she's
like
a great
this
friend.
Ray Jackson in Bloodsport.
Yeah, I have him.
I didn't. He's too cross-eyed.
Hey, well, how
I
about
like that.
Pun Work and Mr. Freeze in Batman and Robin?
Absolutely.
Thought about Bane, but Bane's a coworker.
Yeah, Bane's a coworker. Now he was a brother, but I think he would be a good friend to me, Gertie.
Accident. I got Gertie on the coworkers list.
Oh, because they work on the truck together.
They work on
He's brothers.
He's a mechanic.
They're brothers.
Just,
but they're
just because one
coworkers.
has an Irish accent, the other has nothing close to an Irish accent, doesn't mean they're not brothers. Belusia.
Dan Brown and misogyny.
Oh God.
That's all. That's a partnership. That's
And they're married.
yeah.
That's a romantic relationship.
I think this guy would have been a good friend because he's a real go-getter, real like, hey, just let's do whatever needs to be done. Tommy Lee Jones in Volcano.
No, not a good friend.
Why not?
He's constantly putting work first.
He's constantly putting society first.
He can't
He's a
stop. He can't
virtuous
stop
friend.
working. He's running down the street. He sees a jackhammer.
No.
He picks it up. He starts jackhammering.
He's a bad dad. He's a good friend.
Not sure that he has friends, but
Don't
if
have
he
time for
was
friends.
if he was your friend, sure.
Dude.
Who else?
Uncle
Steve Ballmer.
Rico and the Fedora Boys in Taken 2 and 3. They were coworkers.
They
Now they're
became
retired.
friends.
Now
Yeah,
now
they
they
became
become
friends.
friends.
Yeah, now they golf.
Yeah.
and do some barbecuing, cook up some steaks.
The only one out of this group that I thought would be a good, fun friend, Michelangelo of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Well, I can't tell them apart. Which one is
That's
he?
the orange one who just wants to eat pizza and play video games and have fun.
Then,
yeah,
that's the one then.
He's a Gary Sinise.
Not Donnie, right? Donnie's fucking awful, ain't he?
No, Donnie's a bitch.
Which one's the one in the trench coat?
That's Raph.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's too hot-headed to be a good friend.
He's a Gary Sinise, but I love him too much. Michael Pena is Dennis Shavante. And
that's a Gary Sinise, man. That's
the king of the Gary Sinises.
Although, yeah, I guess like Gary Sinise, he was like, I didn't want to screw you over. I wanted you to be a part of this. But then...
Co-worker who I think became a good friend, the black cop in Samurai Cop.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I wasn't sure what their relationship was.
Yeah, well, that's a good point. Yeah, that's tough. It's tough to decipher.
What about Drinkenstein and Budweiser? Co-workers at first? But
no,
then
he made him a monster, yeah.
Well, you helped make me. I'm Drinkenstein.
It's his maker.
Drinkenstein is the monster.
Would you say that Dr. Frankenstein and his monster were friends?
They try to be towards the end.
I don't think they tried to be.
After the Frankenstein monster explained everything from his point of view.
He tells it his side of the story?
His vantage point.
Oh my God.
I'm kind of
one of the worst Oscar years we've ever had for Best Picture.
Dude, I'm down. I only have two left. I got Marty Supreme and I've got Secret Agent.
I gotta watch that.
But I watched Hamnet and I
haven't watched that.
Train Dream. These movies are awful, man. These movies are terrible.
The fact that now I can't honestly be like, there's no way Sinners wins shows just how bad it is.
It's
well, I mean, or was I telling you this and not telling Zach that Michael B. Jordan is trending now to win the Oscar, Zach?
Oh yeah, for sure. I know. I'm sure because
so it's two people that you hate. Creating.
I don't hate Chalamet. I am just all good. I'm all good.
Okay. You shit on Chalamet all the time.
I hate the people who like him because, oh my God, he's a basketball fan like I'm a basketball fan.
Timmy knows ball.
Get some friends. Does he?
We're doing a best friends list. That's coming up in your performance review. Tells people to get friends during the best friends.
Absolutely.
CT5.
That's a good friend. What about Pee Wee? Richie Rich? Down to hoop? Down to get something to eat?
No, that's transactional.
But those Sandlot kids, I'm not sure about the structure of their friend dynamic, you know?
Is Pee Wee a good friend to this other Sandlot kids you're saying?
Well, he's a great friend to the other. Yeah. What are you talking about? He's always got a cheeseburger.
They're terrible to him for sure.
Well, I mean, that shows that what a good friend he is.
Yeah,
that even in the mistreatment, he's still there.
Fucking trash ass kids. Of course, they're not good to anybody.
Zach, I think that you're gonna be upset that you didn't think of Snake from Karate Kid Part 3.
No, I did think of it. I thought
Mike Barnes' friend.
No, he's too into crime.
Also, he's on the payroll.
Yeah, he is on the payroll, but like it's too into crime.
What about Terry Silver? Terry Silver's a great friend to Chris. He sent him. Hold on. He sent him on vacation and said, I know.
Yeah.
He funded this whole thing. He's like, Chris is upset.
I think there's some good evil friendships happening there.
Man, I need you to move everyone, Vince Vaughn off the board. I need Silver's at 2.
Wow.
Yeah. Same thing for me. Tango and Cats, Jack Palance, sorry. You love your rats, but not good enough. Move everyone down below Memo Moreno, so he's at 3. Terry Silver.
I said Smart Cookie Cruise, right? Yeah, I got one more. Ends up being, I think, a really great friend. It sort of started transactional, but Married by Christmas, Paul.
Yep.
Gay Paul?
Just Paul.
Also, the main guy that she's dating or whatever, the high facial hair guy, he's introduced as somebody's best friend.
That's right, yeah.
Adam Scott is Uncle Ben Parker and Madam Werb. Because he was Spider-Man's Uncle Ben.
Yeah, but not everyone knew that.
Harrison Page is Joshua and Lionheart. It's a transactional relationship.
That's transactional. He's his manager.
Lion.
What about Shanks and Hurricane Smith? Is that
No,
transactional?
that is no one's
Transactional.
friend.
No.
He's a friend to chlamydia. That's
But
it.
he's looking out for his
Filthy,
customers
I
at
love
least. Steve James in American Ninja 2. Not so much in
Coworkers.
American Ninja. American Ninja 2, I would say.
They're coworkers.
Still coworkers.
They're on
Yeah.
vacation.
Not really. They're kind of on a mission.
Okay, they redeployed.
Yeah.
He's $2 billion worth of heroin.
David
coming
Allen
through.
Greer,
$5 billion.
Blank Man, is he a brother or a
Careful. Ope.
Well, yeah, to that note, what about Artie Lang and Norm Macdonald in Dirty Work?
They are brothers.
They're brothers.
But they didn't know that they were brothers.
Oh, good point. Friends become brothers.
Yeah.
Turn into lovers. Jim Brewer and Guillermo Diaz, Half Baked.
Half-Baked.
Those are good friends. Yeah.
You already mentioned Half Baked earlier, but okay. Run it back. When you ran off 8 million
I
movies,
actually didn't.
Half
It's
Baked
not
was
on my
one of them.
list. I said how
It
high?
means being a good friend to me right now.
There you go.
Attacking you.
It's going to be a tough performance review for me. Will Patton
All right, then, Dash.
What?
Is him and Dash
in,
friends?
in
Who's your
Armageddon.
friend?
In Armageddon. And then in
Oh,
Gone in
yeah.
60 Seconds, I got confused.
That's
he's
coworker. That's
Like, but he's
transactional.
like bad guy who used to be a good guy or something. I couldn't remember.
Dude, or wait, speaking of Fled,
no.
Fishburne,
No one's a
and
friend of that.
Baldwin. Well,
No,
I mean, at the
Absolutely
end,
not.
What? No,
Absolutely not.
but Baldwin and Diddy.
I did think about Puffy.
Puffy, yeah, not Diddy.
Whatever.
It's different. What
There you
about
go.
what about Guy or Joe Torre and
Those
Bill
were
Bellamy?
Not. Wait.
They're friends
what?
with each other in the
Yeah.
club, in the nightclub,
Sure.
in Fled. Remember?
Right.
They're at the strip club. They're at the strip club together. What about
Yeah.
Faison and
Bad friends. That's who I
What?
thought. That's where I thought you were going before you
that's
said
high
Bellamy.
school friends. That's
No.
you gave a pass to Mike Dexter's crew, but you don't want to do the same for the tripping guys?
They actively didn't like each other. I
They
think.
weren't good friends.
Just
None of them were good
banter.
friends.
I think
It's just
Richmond was
banter.
like the connector, but those guys were not friends. They just all hung out.
I told you about saying
the RV Boys from Troll 2.
No.
that's not friendship.
The
That's-
Lost Boys in Hook. Pauly Shore.
Lost Boys.
Stoney.
No, that's just an orphanage.
Yeah,
Coworkers? What are you saying? There's definitely friends.
definitely coworkers.
Orphans are not co-workers.
They are on
Well,
that
then what
island.
are they? They're brothers, kind of.
They're unhoused.
Stoney and Encino Man,
Oh.
Pauly Shore.
Yeah,
not
he was
Sean
just too
Astin.
annoying to talk to, but he was a good friend.
What about the little manipulator kid from Angels in the Outfield?
JP on my list.
No, those are co-workers. Or whatever you call the Lost Boys.
Alan Richson and Playdate. Jeff Reacher.
Yeah, he would have been a great friend.
Yeah, he was down for the cause.
Eugene
Yeah.
Levy as Howie Rotman in Bringing Down the House. Coworkers, kind of.
Yeah.
but mostly friends.
Co-workers, yeah.
Sean Connery, Highlander 2.
I couldn't. I watched them both. I have no idea what his relationship was.
Comes back from the dead to
No, but I
help
think
out
it-
his friend and then die again.
I think he came back to get some pussy.
That might have happened along the way. The
And to
Pigeon
look at
Lady
himself
from
on
Home
TV.
Alone 2.
CT5 worse people to be on a plane with.
Jason
The Pigeon Lady
Pellegrini.
or
Well,
Jason Pellegrini
how's
is
she gonna
nobody's-
how's she gonna afford to get on a plane?
Jason Pellegrini is nobody's friend, man.
Well,
His
his
dad
is not a good.
I might
Jason
put too
Pellegrini
much on-
himself, you know.
Oh, what about the fucking greaser kids in Planet of the Apes?
That's a
No,
that's a Dangerous Nights crew.
So you're gonna give them the pass, but not the Trippin' Boys, man. Come on.
The top that girl, Polly, who wears the weird hats in Teen Witch.
Yeah, she was a good friend.
To who?
The Teen Witch is a
To the
terrible
Teen
friend.
Witch.
She's
Awful
a good friend.
Yeah.
And Mark Paul Gosselaar in Dead Man on Campus.
Horrible.
about that. I don't
Roommate,
know if he's a good
bad
friend.
No.
What do you mean?
Everything was selfish.
I don't know, man. He did
I
he
do.
did derail his med school track, but he also taught him a lot about life in the process.
Guys, Brendan Fraser in Dickie Roberts. The guy tried to bang his wife actively, and he still helped him out with the hookup.
I think that's CT5 best acquaintance.
That's a hell of an acquaintance to do all that for a guy that you barely know. I think they're friends, man.
My last one, the gorilla and zookeeper. Good friend?
Too mopey.
Yeah. I was going to say Mystery Lion. That's a good friend. He's giving advice.
A terrible friend.
He's giving good advice.
Not good friend.
Teaching them how to nag
Mystery
people.
is your friend? You think the pickup artist is your friend?
I mean, I don't think the pickup artist is. I think the pickup artist Lion is. He didn't have to do that. He was just minding his business.
He certainly didn't have to do that. All right. Well, see you guys at your performance review.
We should do that.
Next time we make love, you introduce me to Jade.